Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with Stewie JP. I'm Stewie and this is the big Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, the Onai, or the Oh No. It's enormous, have a look at it. It's been driven by my old mate Heli Gamer from SBN A Clan, Heli Gamer 564. Loves the channel, big shout out to him. And in this game he's not top tier, in fact he's in a game where there's a lot of enemy Tier 8 tanks. And he's in his slow, clunky, bigger than Texas Oni Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, but you're going to see he doesn't do too badly at all. Now we're on Kharkov, which is a pretty good map for a heavy tank, and look at that dirt. Puts 383 hit points of damage into the Centurion 1. Of course the Centurion 1's a Tier 8 British medium tank, which is capable of doing lots and lots of damage. Now only one artillery on the enemy side, and I think Heli Gamer would be wary of that, bearing in mind that his tank is, I would say it's the biggest tank in this battle. So even though it's a Tier 7, as far as a target goes, it's probably bigger than the T-54. Or maybe a similar size, but definitely slower. Puts another good shot into the Panther 2. Sorry, the Panther, a Tier 7 German medium tank. And he waits for his derp gun to reload. Now look at the gun, it is a bit short and stumpy, and you can see that on the bottom of the screen it does up to 900 hit points of damage per shot, but he only has a low penetration of 75. That's with high explosive ammunition. The premium ammunition does 700 damage with a penetration of 150, and AP rounds does 700 damage with a penetration of 120. See that Heli Gamer has opted to fire HE from this gun, and so far it's working well for him. He's already picked up 1,058 hit points of damage, and he's looking for his next opportunity. Not sure if I like the way he's got his tank angled right here, but it worked. Putting another 411 hit points into the Chito, which is a little Tier 6 Japanese medium tank, and he's only dropped a bit under 500 hit points. So he's still on pretty high health, and he's picked himself up a nice amount of damage already. Now he's aiming at that VK. If that VK stays there, he might be in a bit of trouble. Looks like that shot just went a little bit wide. Look at the mini-map. This guy's plenty of tanks supporting Heli Gamer on the central western side of the map, and a couple of little enemy light and medium tanks sort of running around the southeastern side, but it looks like the tanks on Heli Gamer's side have got those two tanks pretty well covered, as he waits for the reload again and hopes that that Super Pershing pokes out a bit. But this is what derp guns are good for. 570 hit points of damage into the Spic, sends him back to the garage, and that's with these high explosive shells. Anything lightly armoured, like any light tank, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck when you fire him. And I think he's got his eyes set on that Dickermax. Dickermax doesn't have much armour at all. He'll definitely be able to one-shot him. And you can see him. Looks like, not sure who the Dickermax is aiming at. He fires without aiming properly, but it still lands, and that's what we love about derp guns. Sends the premium German Tier 6 tank destroyer back to the garage. Gives him 2,326 damage so far, but he's just warming up. Old Heli Gamer, he's got 2 kills. His team are winning 5-2, and it's time for him to start getting aggressive and start putting that derp to work in the big Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, the Onai. And he's almost flanking the enemy tanks here. Probably going to start looking at that T-26E5, the Patriot tank. He's aiming that way, but look at that. Don't even aim. Don't even worry about aiming. Sends him back to the garage. Another tank. Says sorry. Oh, because he hit the, looks like he hit the IS-7 with a bit of splash damage, I'd say. IS-7, IS-6. And the T-34. Showing him his side, the T-34. Lost 700 odd hit points of damage in that shot, and that's going to make that T-34 a lot less confident. There's that Centurion 1 again. Looks like he's preoccupied with probably the IS-3. Waits for the gun to load, and straight away takes another 350 hit points of health off the Centurion. Not quite enough to kill him, but the Bulldog does the job. Now he takes a shot for the Panther 2. The Panther 2 only manages to track him, and so Heligamer's going to move in here towards the Super Pershing and the Rheinmetall Borsig. That Rheinmetall Borsig would be a nice tank to put one of these derp shells in. Looks like he's just fired as well, so he can take his time. Doesn't get the full penetration out. I reckon if he had have aimed for his turret, that would have been an even bigger amount of damage into the Tier 8 German tank destroyer. But the T-44 does the job and takes him out of the game. They've lost 2 more tanks, but now it's just the J Panther 2. Aiming. Well, hopefully that circle's going to get close. Puts another shot into the JP2, and in the end a comfortable win, 15-5 by our mate Heligamer in the Oni, the big Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank. Look, I never used the derp gun on that tank, and I'll tell you, I'm starting to regret it. I'm up to the Tier 9 on that line, and maybe I should have had a bit more fun firing those high explosive shells. But have a look at the post-game battle results. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. He picked up a couple of minor medals, as well as Confederate, for hitting more enemy vehicles than any other player in your team. Pretty unusual for a tank that's so slow and's got such a long reload, but he shot more different enemy vehicles than anyone else did, and of course the high caliber for doing all that damage. And have a look, 4,396 hit points of damage, 3 kills, gave him a base experience of nearly 1,600. That's massive in the Oni, and that's because he would have got a bonus for his experience because he was Tier 7 in a Tier 8 game, but comfortably did the most damage out of everyone in the team. An absolute ripper of a game. He fired 12 shots, only one of those shots missed, and they all did damage, and he 4,329 hit points of damage. He blocked 455, which is probably 1 or 2 shots, and a little bit of spotting damage as well, which would have helped. Not a bad profit either. Nearly 34,000 credits. Bottom line, with a standard account, you can see it would have been nearly 60 with a premium account, but not a bad game at all by Heligamer. Heligamer 564 from SBN A Clan, an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge in his big Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank, the Oni. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replay, Heligamer. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.